Alright. Time to look at Ikaruga. The last in our retro shooter binge today. This game, again, made by Treasure, the same people who make Gunstar Heroes. This is the unofficial sequel, the spiritual successor to a game called Radiant Silvergun. You can get Radiant Silvergun on the Xbox 360. I don't think it's backwards compatible to the Xbox One. I know that Ikaruga is, and you can get Ikaruga on a very wide variety of systems. Its official American release came on the GameCube. When I played it, it was a Japanese import on the Dreamcast. Later, they put it on the Virtual Console for the Switch. This one's a little bit more expensive than the other game. This one is $15. It's $14.99. But again, worth every penny.
Excellent!
So, this game is specifically going to help us out looking at this inside the settings, your video settings. See this? Only displays that are designed to support rotation should be used with this feature. Rotating a display that is not designed specifically by the manufacturer to rotate can cause a fire, personal injury, or property damage. Do you wish to proceed? I push yes because look. Yes. See how it turns sideways like that? Now we're back to our regular screen. If you look here on the main screen, what you're seeing now is a lot of real estate that's not being used. Like, let's fire it up and take a look. Oh, by the way, this game has one of the best soundtracks of any video game ever. This is going on my list after we're done here of one of my favorite games of all time. Ikaruga's fucking incredible. We play it on normal. Now, see all that gray off to the side? That's real estate that you're missing for this game. If I could turn this monitor lengthwise, you know, get it up and down, you'd be looking at it sideways, of course, but I would be playing with full real estate for what's going on. Instead, I'm missing half the screen. Now look, when I shoot the white ones, and white pellets come out of them. I shoot the black ones, they don't, but I can flip my ship. If you hit something of the same polarity, it will give you power that you can use to fill up that meter that you see on the side. So you have to imagine what the puzzle elements of this game look like later on. You also gain twice the damage if you hit black with white and if you hit white with black. You won't get those polarity shifts. See how I don't get the little bullets out of them? But I'm supposed to, like, balance that. I need to absorb some while not absorbing others. Moreover than that, yeah, the puzzle elements of this are crazy. Now you see up there where it says chain? What you're trying to do is string together 3 of the same color in order to gain a chain. You're supposed to chain the entire level together, which I find to be nigh on fucking impossible. At the end of the level, it will give me a rank, and it'll say, oh, watch this. Look, I can just stand inside of his bullets and heal up, and then fire. Now, I want to blow up the black thing, so I switch to white polarity. Some people tell me it's red and blue. I see it as black and white. Like, certain colors don't work right for me, so... there's certain shades of red and green I can't tell the difference between. It was actually really funny. When I was a kid, we were watching a television show on Nickelodeon called You Can't Do That on Television. So watch this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, get all the black ones. Now I'm going to get all the white ones, and I'm going to chain up on those. Yeah, you're supposed to be able to chain this whole thing. But back to my story. We were watching You Can't Do That on television, and they were green sliming people. And I asked my mom why the slime was red today. And she was really, really worried because, you know, I couldn't tell the difference between them. And I've always had a problem with certain shades of red and green. Not every shade of red and green, just certain. Okay, so we hit those guys on the side, and we stay in the white polarity. That way we can absorb those bullets. The second set here, He does black, but we want to take out the white pieces on the side. And so we get double damage on those. We'll move over to the other side, take that piece out. Come back the other way, take that piece out. Let's finish the shield off. Hopefully we did it in enough time. And he ran away. Okay, so we want to take the white out there. Okay, so white, black, white, black. Now he's going to fire some white shots that we're going to absorb. And just keep on firing our special as we absorb them. So switch. White, black, white, black. And we'll take these on. There we go, and he's gone. There's your first boss. Now, for what it's worth, this is the first level. This is the easiest level. This gets so much more complicated.
Excellent!
That is so awesome.
This can't be happening, man. This isn't happening.
Yeah. See that grade C down there? Max 8 chain grade C. Because I didn't chain everything together, I did not get the best rating that you can. S plus ratings, that guy who does this with the two hands, yeah, he gets S plus like that, and I will never be that good. I will barely survive this part. Just moving through the middle section. There we go, let's charge up. Boom! Boom! There we go. Now watch this level.
Whoa!
There are boxes that block you from where you're going, and you have to slowly, methodically make your way through by flipping polarity back and forth. You ready for this shit? This right here is how you chain stuff. It's by being very deliberate. And then I get all of them for doing that. That's a big chain. Alright, so here's your boxes. White box breaks, white box breaks. Black box, white box. You have to manage this. Now look, it's shooting at me. So we'll take that on. Uh-oh. See? You get stuck in that hole, and all of a sudden you're like, great. Now if you use your max energy, and you clear out all the boxes, 9 times out of 10, you will actually destroy something that you need to block where you're going. Okay, so now watch this one. White, black, white, black, damn it. That was game over. Now, this game, another thing that makes this game like a dick move, this game, you have to play X amount of time before it will unlock extra credits and extra lives for you. So I don't have a credit. I can't continue from that point. I have to start over. So you have to play it more in order to get that. Now, you can do a chapter select. I would just want to practice chapter 2 right now in arcade mode, so I'm allowed to do that. That's nice. But in order to actually progress through the game and get through it all in one section, the more you play it, the more lives and credits that you get, more continues that you get, like an arcade machine, to keep going. So you have to keep playing in order to get that. I can't believe I'm surviving this. There's like 3 times now I should have died already. There we go. Now we're back into the boxes underneath. Ugh. I have finished this game on the GameCube once. One time, it was a very long time ago, and my reflexes are not what they used to be. In fact, this is how I get my reflex these days. Maybe my hands will stop shaking now. Seven chain. Max chain. Lots of chain. Yeah, imagine trying to only do this as black boxes, right? I'm only going to hit the 3 black boxes so that I can get a chain. Switch, and then go to white. Door opens. I can't go over there. See that? I can go over here. Energy max, that's nice. Ah, and then I blew up. Damn it. Alright, this is where hell on earth happens. White, black, and then they blow me up. Black, white, including that. Ah! Yeah. It's been a while. If you actually use your super weapon there and just let the missiles go up. Oh, look at that. Now updating scores. 1 player arcade normal. Creating chapter 2 score. Great. But yeah. That is how Ikaruga goes. Now, I want to show you guys something else. Okay? I want to show you another reason why the Nintendo Switch is special. Okay? We're going to go to camera full screen. And I'm going to move the camera around. It's going to be a little shaky. And I apologize in advance. A couple of months ago, my family and I, we bought Nintendo Labo. Labo is incredible. This fishing pole setup, which is actually one of the more entertaining games I've played in my life for fishing, comes with this little dock piece right here. And this little dock piece is designed for you to turn your system on its side and put the system in it upright so that you can fish. Okay? I'm going to put that down here, and I'm going to put the Nintendo Switch into that dock piece. And I'm going to show it to you guys here in just a second. I got to take the Joy-Cons off. And now we're just left with my Switch. No Joy-Cons, no nothing. Into the dock. And I think it's great to do with the dock. So let's take a look here. Get this camera over. I'm going to kind of turn it here. Maybe get some view in here. Now you see that? Hopefully you can see that. That's my Switch in the dock. Okay? It's got a little thing, comes up off the top, and you can kind of set it up lengthwise there. Okay? Everybody got that? I'm going to turn off this monitor because, you know, reasons. There. Now you can't be distracted by it. I'm going to go into the options. I'm going to go to the settings. Video. Now you remember when we were rotating this to the side? Watch this. I now have a HUD. I now have a straight up HUD. Portable everywhere I go. Notice how the bars on the side are gone. And we were talking about this. We said in order to get the aspect ratio that it was supposed to be at, people used to turn their TV sideways. Your Switch, being a handheld system, is now sideways. Okay? Actually, let me try and get this up a little so you can see it. I'm going to put... I don't know, let's try this can. I'll put this can on here. Let's move my keyboard all the way back in. Let's get this here. And let's get this on like so. You can now see full distance. Yeah, there you go. On my Switch. We're going to leave that like that. And now watch what happens when I play it. Okay? I'll turn up the volume a little bit. You'll have to hear it out of the speaker here. Also, for what it's worth, you can actually play this 2-player. Playing it 2-player is incredible, because if one of you stays on white polarity and one of you stays on the black polarity, if you're really in sync, you can act like a shield for your other player. We're going to play arcade mode. We're going to play on level 1. And I appreciate that it's harder to see this way, but what we want to get out of this is not so much, you know... Oop, let me turn it. Sorry. Not so much the gameplay, but more the aspect ratio part of it. See how it's got just the little bars on the top and the bottom now? That's the true 4x3, 3x4 in whatever case it is. And you get way more real estate there everywhere you go in a portable system. We turned it on its side, and it works as it was supposed to. If you play it on the 360, short of having an old CRT TV that you can turn on its side, you can't do this. And that is why I wanted to talk about aspect ratio and why it's so important to these kinds of games. Now, is it a little bit smaller than what it was doing on the other screen? Yes, but can I see more of it? Yes. And that's kind of a big deal. And I can take it everywhere I want to go, just like this. This was actually something a couple years ago. Well, I guess it's been more than a couple years ago. Something we were always really impressed with the the PSP. There was a time where the PSP was bringing out shooters very similar to this, and you were able to turn the system lengthwise and use the crosspad and joystick on one side and the buttons on the other side, kind of hand over hand, top to bottom, and you could get lengthwise vision out of those games as well. There were a few games that did it. There was a Space Invaders remake that did it. Couple other shooters that only came out in Japan that we were able to pick up and try. But yeah, being able to change like this is a big deal. It's a really big deal. If you are a traditionalist shooter fan, this is like the best thing ever. So you can already see there, more real estate. Same game. It's not hard to play. It's not hard on the eyes being small like that at all. It's just good. And I don't know if you can see it on this or not, but if you notice, the health bar of the boss does not show up in the main screen. It actually shows up in those bars outside of the screen. So that's a big deal. Like I said, this is a really big deal. Now, I'm using the Labo stand here because it's what I have available. In the other room, I do have a couple of tablet stands that we picked up. They're advertised on Amazon as Switch stands as well. And they are big and metal and fantastic. And you can do the same effect with those stands. Like, there are lots of different ways to create this. You do not have to buy Labo in order to experience it this way. That stand is actually one of the first things I tell people to buy when they get a Switch. Like, if you're ever going to play it, just somewhere, you're going to put it on a table, you're not going to have access to a TV all the time, get one of these stands. In this case, this was just, you know, really close and convenient for me to use today, so that's what I'm using. There we go. First boss done. I'm really good at the first level. Every level after that, though, not so much. I'll pick it up like that. It's a little easier to see. You gotta deal with my shaking hands. But yeah. That is why this is so goddamn cool. I can only imagine other things that they could bring true aspect ratio to on the Switch, like this. That would be phenomenal. I missed it. So there you have it. Ikaruga on the Switch. It's $15. It's worth every penny. I'm going to go ahead and switch this back now. There. Yeah, that was about right. Yeah, that's what makes Ikaruga so cool. Being able to pop it in, side view, everywhere you want to go. Also, for what it's worth, I want to bring this up because I just think this is the coolest thing on earth. You guys ready? Okay, so we're back to the live scene. See how it says no signal? Come on. Look, I just slid it into the dock, and then it's just going to come up. It just works. And look, I'm going to slide it out of the dock again. Ready? Out of the dock. Here it is. Wait. Oh shit, it's just on the TV like that. How cool is that? Fucking love this system. Absolutely love it. However, now I do need to go back and change it to normal. There you go. Now you can see it. Now I can change that. We can take the side out altogether. We can take the chains out. I can put the energy number on or off. Stats on or off. I mean, I can just make everything black at this point if I wanted to. But I don't want to do that. On. There we go. HUD layout. There's different options that you can do to layout as well, depending on how you feel better about it. See, look, I can actually put the bar down into the screen again, lose some real estate. That bar's in the screen. I kind of like 6, so I keep it there. Rotate HUD. Sync. HUD size, large, small, middle. Let's go dot by dot, right? Something else on here, too. If you actually leave the game, let's get out of here. Oh, did you see that? Playtime, 51 minutes, 30 seconds. So when that reaches like an hour or 2 hours or whatever else it's going to reach, it'll start to unlock things as you go, which is nice. And it only counts that time while you're in the game playing. So that's another great thing. Turn my monitors back on. I'm going to move this Labo stand again because, you know, learning things is cool. But I need my space. And I can't see my Switch in the dark well enough to put the Joy-Cons back on. And I want to do that before I lose them. Because that sounds like another kind of dumbass thing I would do. So yeah, you want to learn some dexterity? You want to learn how to get good noob? Play a shooter. There's lots of them out there. Ah, shit, I just fucked all that up, huh? Oh well. Yeah, the more hours you play, the more you unlock, from my understanding. At least that's how it worked on the Dreamcast and GameCube one. There we go. Now we're going to play right in the middle here. Okay, switch and absorb, and then switch and absorb. Switch and absorb, switch. Oh shit, I lived through that. Switch and absorb. Switch and absorb. I want to absorb. Now watch. Those boxes in the middle are the only thing keeping, like, the craziest shit ever away from me. The instant that you blow up everything in the middle, like if you were to just fire your special weapon, you would be in a very, very, very bad way. Because all of a sudden you'd have both sides just crushing you. Ow. It's nice that they recharge me right there, but, you know, not good. Here comes the boss. I remember this guy. Watch this. Those doors right there, the red ones, weak points. Alternate reality. So I pull this up, then I flip, and then I have to go in here and fight him. Now pull this up, flip, go in here and fight him. Do that here, pull this up, flip, flip, flip. Yep, that got me. Yeah, that polarity stuff gets out of control. The last 3 minutes of the game, you can't fire a single bullet while you try to charge up some super move, and all you're doing is flipping back and forth from the polarity, absorbing stuff. Yeah, this game is amazing. Synchronized. Got to the end at least. So, soundtracks. Oh, the soundtrack in this game is so good. Do, 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 do. Trying to remember the one I love the most. Oh, I do like this one. This song is so good. Yeah, Chapter 3 is amazing. Chapter 3's got a lot of that condensed space. Kind of like how those boxes look in Chapter 2. It has a lot of condensed space. Alright, so that's going to be the first part of today's stream. Looking at old school retro shooters. Ikaruga. Zero Gunner 2. Ikaruga's $14.99 on the eShop. Zero Gunner 2 is $7.99 on the eShop. Two of the best games ever made. Ever. They're going on the list of shit I call my favorites as soon as I turn this off here. They're absolutely incredible. They're so good. They're so good. So yeah. So that's the education part of it. We learned about the aspect ratio for stuff. Remember, they used to take CRT TVs and turn them on their side. Like, honestly, widescreen and using widescreen TVs and whatnot, that is a movie-centric thing, trying to get as much wide out of it as they can. Video games used to get as much as they could out of it up and down and wide. So video game, like old school video games specifically, their aspect ratios were a totally different ballgame than just watching TV or watching a movie or a show or something like that. So it's important to know the difference between those. So as they were trying to push further and further into widescreen technology, that was more for movies in high definition than it was for video games. Now don't get me wrong, there are some cinematic games out there. If you're playing a game like Overwatch, you know, being able to see your sides is a very good thing. I would argue being able to see up and down is also a very good thing. You know, games like God of War and The Last of Us and Halo, you know, things that have, you know, story elements to them, and they're trying to be cinematic. The new Spider-Man's very much like that, very cinematic and action-based and good. That's a great game. The new Tomb Raider, I'm sure, benefits from it greatly. Those things all benefit from that movie-style widescreen. These games don't. These games are top to bottom lengthwise. You need as much room as you can see the things coming at you from above. And in the case of Zero Gunner, from the sides, it helps. But most of those games, no, there's no other game that has that 360-degree rotation. So that's a good thing, that you can do that aspect ratio top to bottom. I wish Zero Gunner would let me change that aspect ratio, go back to 4:3, but it's okay. Because that game was lost to time, I would rather have that game than not have that game in whatever form it comes. So again, $7.99 for Zero Gunner 2. Buy it. Ikaruga, $14.99. 100% worth it. Buy it. You should still seriously go look up that YouTube video of the guy playing Ikaruga with two hands. It'll blow your fucking mind. It'll absolutely blow your mind. You will just be sitting there going, why have I wasted my life while this man has mastered it? Like, this man has mastered life. I don't get it. Oh, it's so impressive to watch. So there's that. He even has a video pointed down at his hands working at the same time. It's a trackball, and his thumbs he's using as the button, so he's moving like that. It's crazy. It's so good. So yeah, go find that.
Excellent!
So this has been educational game time. There's 2 games worth buying on the Switch. If you didn't catch it last night, we did an intro and overview of what the new NES online service looks like. The 20 NES games that are available for your monthly subscription or yearly subscription, and the online functions that those NES games have. We played a little ice hockey last night. Played a little, what did we play? Super Mario Brothers, little Double Dragon. I played with friggin' Snowy. He and I played Tecmo Bowl. There's no Bo Jackson in it, but, you know, it was pretty fun. I had a good time playing that game. I like that football game. So there you go. You can play online. There was a bit of lag and jitter in some things as soon as we tried to play Mario 3 back and forth online, which you can do. I put it on 2-player. He was Luigi, I was Mario. We played through it. But there was some lag that went with it. So you're going to have to figure out how to overcome that. Could be my signal because I'm streaming and doing the internet thing at the same time. Could be because Nintendo's not really online-centric and they got a lot of shit to learn. They do. My 3 favorite video game companies, Nintendo and all of their subsidies, Treasure, I love those guys, and Blizzard. Those are my 3 favorite game companies. I'm not going to tell you that any of those people are perfect or that they don't need to learn some things still. Everybody's still got some things to learn. So in this case, Nintendo needs to learn a lot more about their online service. But yeah, that's it, man.
Game over, man. It's game over.
That is tonight. Well, today. I'm going to come back in a little while. I'm going to upload this video, get everything taken care of with this one. We'll be back today. I haven't decided. We're either going to start Tomb Raider or we are going to play Mega Man X4. I haven't decided which. I'm trying to get in contact with my friend who wanted to see me play Mega Man X4, and if it's better for him that I do it later, I'm going to do that later. Maybe we'll start Tomb Raider right away. If not, fuck it. Maybe I'll just go back to The Messenger and torture myself, because that's going to be the game I torture myself with for the rest of the year. I have not been able to determine whether or not The Messenger is a good game and I suck, or The Messenger is a good game. We did determine that. We can't tell if it's hard or I suck. Now, if it's hard and I suck, that's the thing. The other 2 options would be much more preferable, so there you go. Retro games, shooters on the Switch. Shoot 'em ups, whatever the fuck you kids call them nowadays. We called them shooters when I was a kid. Shooters. Space shooters. Ship shooters. You know, the Space Invaders in Galaga Evolution. Oh, Space Invaders in Galaga is so good. Galaga is so good. Everybody needs some Galaga in their life. Oh, maybe we'll play that one day. All these things, I keep going. Maybe we'll play. Maybe we'll play. Maybe we'll play. Maybe I should play the things I've already committed to. That would work. All right.
Excellent!
So we're good for today on our retro games. We're going to come back in about an hour and work some more. Do some more games. More games. All right. We'll see you then.